This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, one of the things that is often stated is that if you're new to playing lead guitar, then the best way to learn is to copy other people's solos. And yeah, that's true. If you are a complete novice and you want to master techniques like pull-offs and hammer-ons and bends and stuff like that, then it's always a good idea to see how more experienced guitarists have made use of those techniques and kind of learn by example. But there's more to it than that as well. If you can learn other people's licks and kind of get an understanding of what makes them tick, then you can adapt them and make them your own. For example, here's a solo I recorded a little bit earlier. Now, because we're on the topic of recycling and reusing other people's licks, then that kind of concept is probably in your mind, and that may have meant that you spotted one or two references that I made in that solo to other well-known solos, or to well-known solos, I should say. But ask yourself this, if you hadn't been thinking along those lines, would you have spotted those things? Doubtful, I think. So, what was I doing in that solo? Where was I getting the ideas from? And what kind of concepts was I using and adapting? Here's some information. Okay, so let's take a look at these licks that I played then, starting obviously with the first one. It goes like this. Like that. So where have I got that idea from? Well, I'm sure you're familiar with a well-known song that isn't about a motel in Nevada, but it's close. And the opening lick in that solo might go something like this. So what makes that lick tick, if you like? Well, the first main feature of it is this 3-semitone bend up from the root note of the minor pentatonic, a B, because the song's in B minor, as you know. And that takes us up from the B to the D. And then just a little bit of pentatonic stuff to land on a strong chord note from the following chord, which happens to be F sharp 7th. So all I've done is taken that basic phrasing rhythm, da 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 da, and stolen the idea of the 3-semitone bend, or kind of used that same idea. A little bit of pentatonic stuff to end on a strong note from the next chord. So that's that lick sorted out. What about the next one then? Well, here's how it goes. And the song that this comes from originally, or where I got the inspiration for this, is, it might be a song about a staircase going to paradise, that kind of thing. And that is originally in A minor and starts off with a lick that goes that, and all I've done, obviously move it up to D minor from A minor, and then take the middle part of it and repeat it before landing on, again, a strong chord note from the following or the next chord. So that's that one. After that, we go back to the motel lick again. Same idea. I'm using the same phrasing pattern, the same rhythmic pattern, and just populating it with different notes. I think I played something like that. Okay, so you can still hear that ba da 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 kind of phrasing rhythm. And as I say, just make sure that when you're finishing, you're doing it on a note that is relevant to the underlying chord. Just trust your ears, really, to see if this note is a good one to finish on, and if not, change it. Okay, next up, we go back to the staircase solo again with this lick. Like that. Now, in the original solo, the guitarist in question basically does an ascending lick on an A minor pentatonic, which goes like this. Like that. And it's just an ascending pentatonic scale, so, you know, I don't think you can copyright a scale, so I just went like that, essentially taking that same rhythmic pattern of long notes versus short notes and populated it with notes from the D minor pentatonic. After that, we go back to the motel solo again with this little lick, which appears at the end of the first 8-bar section of that solo. Next up, I played something that I think went a bit like that. Okay. Now, I'm not really borrowing any note choices here. All I'm using is the phrasing rhythm. Again, that's a very important part of what makes a lick sound like the lick that it is. And, you know, I don't think you can copyright a rhythm, so you're free to grab it if you like. And where is this rhythm coming from? Well, if you imagine there might be somewhere that you could walk, a way that you could walk on in Paris. Okay, you know the phrasing rhythm from that melody, ba 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 da ba da ba ba ba, like that. Okay, well, here it is. Then I restate that lick again, just on some different notes, like that. And now we're into the final couple of bits of the solo where I play a lick based upon that. Okay, so where have you heard that? Well, maybe you might want to think of a fence or a wall. That's all I'm going to say on that one. You know which one I'm talking about. And then we go back to the staircase solo again for a lick that rounds it off like that. So again, I'm just taking that and finishing it off like that. So those are the origins of all of the licks that I played in that solo. So there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some enlightenment on how you can take licks from famous, well-known solos and adapt them and use the things that make those licks work and put them into your own solos. Remember, a lick, or any piece of music really, any melody, is simply some notes played to a rhythm. So you can use the notes, you can use the rhythm, you can use the notes with a different rhythm, you can use the rhythm with different notes, or whatever, any combination thereof. As a special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters, by the time this video goes up on YouTube, the full tab for that solo and the jam track that I used will be up on my Patreon page. If you're interested in supporting the channel, then all the links are down below to my Patreon. You can buy a t-shirt, you can buy a coffee mug, you can enroll on a course, all kinds of ways that you can help me keep the lights on around here and keep on making this this content for YouTube. So that is pretty much it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful, informative, and maybe a little bit inspiring. And if that's the case, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. And that is pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks.